Hello everybody and welcome back to my Resident Evil 3 the board game solo playthrough, and we're up to City Park 2, which is just this one square you see before you. It is a boss fight against the Gravedigger adult. Whether or not you let him live in the base campaign, it has no relevance, just for the record. You still have to fight him, and that means this video is going to be short one way or the other unless I have to do 2 attempts in the one video. And there is some special rules to cover. There's no tension deck because you just draw AI cards for boss fights. They also don't react, etc. But in terms of special rules, there's a live current, and the flooded tiles there are the fountain from the park. While on one of these squares, performing a move action costs 2, same as it did before. The tremors caused by Gravedigger adult breaking its way through the earth has caused a lamppost to fall into the pool, which is slowly building up an electrifying charge. During the scenario, some special actions will add power tokens to the flooded squares. I believe those are on his AI cards. If a model is placed in the same square as a power token, the model suffers 3 damage and then the token is removed. If the Gravedigger adult is placed in multiple squares containing power tokens at the same time, it suffers 3 damage per token. A square cannot have more than 1 power token in it. Wild aggression. Yeah, the Gravedigger adult is incredibly resilient and wildly unpredictable. At the start of the scenario, his reference card should be, well, okay, if you flip it over it has other stats. He gets mad when he's almost dead. And that brings in one of the worst mechanics. Well, it's not really a bad mechanic, it's just implemented very poorly. When Gravedigger adult first dies, you flip the card and he gets back like 20 health or something. Now, functionally it's exactly the same as just giving him more total health to start with and saying, oh, at 50% health, do these new things. One sounds better than the other, and the way they do it, where you've got to get him to 0 then all of a sudden he's back, absolutely terrible implementation of that style of mechanic in my opinion. I really dislike it with the way they've worded it. But anyway, Gravedigger adult, he starts with 30 HP, but because we're playing solo you reduce boss HP by 10 to a minimum of 10, so we have this marked as 20. Burrow deep. If the first time in a turn you hit him for 2 or less, not 2 or more, 2 or less damage, he instantly counters with death from above, death from below. Which also includes putting a power token on, though, but also does 2 damage. And I believe, actually, that's one thing I'm not sure about, and I did check the rules and was not sure, because he has a push that does damage as well, so he reacts and pushes into Jill. This involves a pop-up which would also push her, so do you resolve that and that, meaning that he would do 3 damage in one turn and put you at half health? I don't know, that's another thing, the bosses are not usually particularly well balanced. The other rule is, yeah, when you hit 0 HP, you give him 20 back. Again, because I'm solo, I don't know if that means I give him 10 back. Presumably it does. And then you flip this card, and there's no special rules, but he just gets more aggressive. He triples his movement, and I have to change his AI deck a little bit, which is up there. The last thing to cover before we actually just start this fight is what I went into the battle with. A full inventory, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. Pistol with 15 bullets, handgun bullets to reload it, the mine launcher with 4 mines, the grenade launcher with 2 grenades, the magnum with 5 shots, 2 first aid sprays, and a red-green herb mix. So I believe that covers everything. Jill versus Gravedigger adult. Let's see how this goes. Alright, we are good to get started. I've got my ammo dice, I've got my dice and my ammo counters rather just off to my left there. I did read fully Death from Below, and it does specify that you do impact attacks first. So that is 3 damage, which is absolutely not fair at all per turn, but whatever, it's not like they balance these things correctly. So, we are starting, he only reacts 1 at the end of his turn, as normal movement I mean. So if I don't hit him this first turn, we don't have anything to worry about no matter what I draw, essentially. What I could do is move 1, 2, 3 and fire. If I shoot with the magnum, he won't react with Burrow Deep because it does more than 2 damage if it hits. That might be the bet. But then he could reach me, is the thing. I don't want to do 0 damage my first turn, so sure, 1, 2, 3. Oh look, a giant worm. Now what did I roll for the magnum again? It's been a while. 1 red dice, a push is 3 damage, a normal hit is 3 damage, a crit is 4 damage. Push for 3 damage. He doesn't get to react because bosses don't react. And again, remember we're starting at 20 HP because of solo mode. So, that's it. That was her last action. We used one of our 5 magnum bullets. We draw an AI card because it didn't counter because we did more than 2 damage. Thrust forward as a Gravedigger adult moves towards the closest character. Let's just turn it and it goes roop. Range 1. Oh, I forgot, but do the tentacles mean it jumps onto the square? I believe it does. I'm going to quickly double check. Glad I checked, because that is not what that is. That is the symbol for hitting every character within the square, so it's not relevant for playing solo. We need to do a basic dodge or we take 3 damage. We did a medium dodge, so thankfully we did indeed avoid the damage. So let's see then. We'll put that over the used cards. We'll put there because we'll need to shuffle them afterwards. I can't remember if you shuffle the AI deck in this or not, because in the Dark Souls game you don't, because it's supposed to be an advantage knowing what's coming. Once you've gone through the deck once, that is. But anyway, Jill's next turn, we're going to shoot the Magnum. We're going to tap this Magnum. It has 3 more damage. 14 health. Keep that down here. Second shot is a miss. Now on a miss, that is 2 or less damage, right? Let me just read the... let's see. Hits. Ah, it says hits. Okay, it didn't hit. Still a waste of a very powerful shot, unfortunately, because that's 2 magnum bullets down. We've got 2 left. Shot 3. A crit. That is 4 damage. Yeah, 4 damage. So he's down to 10. And then 1 shot left. Why not, I guess? We'll just shoot the last shot. Come on, another crit. That's a normal hit. That's 3 more damage. That's still good. So Gravedigger Adult has 7 HP before he re-heals himself. But we're already tapped with our best gun. Magnum is done. So, AI card. Devour. So this would normally just insta-kill you, but because we're playing solo, if it hits, it's going to put us on on danger. Range 1, so it doesn't need to move. Yep, can reach us. We've got to do the best evade, or it would kill you. Nope. So that would have killed us, but because we're playing solo, well, Jill has a rule that ignores this anyway. So we go down to danger instantly, and that's his turn done. So we need to instantly heal. So we'll use the red-green herb for our first action, which heals you to 2 additional levels. That's just the same as a first aid spray, so that's 3. 1, 2, 3. That puts us 1 away from full health. We have 3 actions. I don't think I can avoid doing 2 or less damage this turn with a single hit, unfortunately. Well, the grenade launcher, if we get a hit or a crit, would do 3. So we'll fire a grenade. We only have 2 grenades left for our second action. And we actually did get a crit. It doesn't do any bonus damage on a crit, but it hits for 3, so it doesn't trigger the counter. So he's got 4 health left. Our final grenade. Well, not final, because we have some in storage, the freeze and the flame ones, but I didn't bring those. A push with the grenade launcher is only 2 damage. So that does mean we have 1 action left, but we instantly resolve the... Come around this side. Death from below. Place Gravedigger Adult in with part of its base in the same square as the active character, and then resolve pushes and impacts. So we'll push Jill over here and do that. And then we have to do this bottom left part here, which is the impact attack. You just need to do a basic dodge or take 1 damage. She did the medium dodge, so she's fine. But then you do the rest of this, which is a small dodge or 2 damage. She did 2 best evades. Where was that last turn? And then place a power token in each square with the flooded symbol that does not contain a token or model. So actually all 4 of those tiles now have been charged up with electricity, and we have 1 action left, I believe, right? So we're going to move back the way, and then he gets his normal turn because that's a reaction, a rare reaction for a boss. Pincer Bite. Move towards the active character, so he immediately takes 3 damage by touching this flooded tile, which puts him on dead. But when he's dead, he heals 20. I'm going to give him 10 because I'm solo. I presume that rule still applies, but I don't know for sure. Well, remove all cards from the behavior deck with a certain symbol, and then flip this card to the opposite side. Okay, so hang on. I'm going to have to shuffle this deck now. So what cards does he lose? He loses Thrash About. I think he's losing all the cards that... Yeah, he loses all the cards that generate power, so there's not going to be any more power generated. He also loses his Death from Below counter. Okie dokie, so that's why the other side is empty. But he moves faster. Alright, well, let me just shuffle his AI real quick. And reset his health. Alright, so we are down to our pistol and mine launcher. The mine launcher does 2 damage if I remember correctly. So what we're going to do, it can move diagonally. So if I was to move 1, 2, 3, and then it moved towards me, that would take 9 damage. So as long as I did 1 damage, he would actually just kill himself on the water, I think. 1, 2, 3. He would react. He can move diagonally, presumably, so it would go instantly 1, and then he'd be in range to attack. I think that's right. I think. Yeah, okay. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to fire... I need to guarantee this 1 damage, so... because he doesn't counter anymore, because he's lost the counter for taking 2 or less damage. We'll fire 2 pistol bullets with the eagle. And we did indeed do 1 damage, leaving him on 9. He does not react anymore. We just go straight to his turn now, because I moved 3. And we draw an AI. So it's a range 1 with do the good dodge or instantly die. He can't reach us. It doesn't actually say he moves towards us anymore, so maybe he doesn't. I'm going to need to check the boss rule for when there's not a movement thing. When he's not in range, does he automatically do a move? Let me check. Alright, no, the card does have to stipulate that it includes a move. It does move 3 now, but it has to stipulate that it moves. So in that case, Jail's already used 2 pistol bullets, so we're going to use 6 more and fire 4 times, so that does not add up to 6. That would be 8. So we're going to roll these dice and waste 8 bullets to do 4 damage, because I don't want to waste the mines. So we hit it for 1 damage. We hit it for 2 damage. Didn't, but got a push. Hit it for 3 damage. So we did 3 damage. It's got 6 left. I just need it to move towards me so I can win, please. And that tapped 8 bullets, so we have 4 left. But we have the reload, although I don't think it's going to be needed. So, move action, please. The Gravedigger Adult moves towards the active character. It goes 1, and then zap, zap, zap. That's 9 damage. Blah! He has been defeated, as I understand it anyway. Now, if he wasn't supposed to get reduced health to 10 because of playing solo, he would technically still have... he would have 16, that would do 9. He'd technically still have 7, so the fight would carry on. I could have just mined this area up for 3 mines to do 6 of that, and use the rest of the pistol bullets on my next turn. So it would have died either way. So that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I honestly expected to have to take a couple of stabs at that. But obviously that did cost us a lot because we tapped the Magnum again and we need to desperately find those Magnum bullets in the A deck going forwards. So that's out of ammo, so it's gone back into storage. We're out of normal grenades. I'll either take the flame rounds or the freeze rounds next time to give them a go. We'll probably still stick with the mine launcher. I think that might be good for hunters, if there is hunters on the next map. But yeah, we need to gather more A items. Oh yeah, and presumably, does it say fear goes down for killing this thing? Nope. Not at all. Wow, okay. So the fear presumably goes up then. So we'll bounce that up by 1. And then next time we're in the last of the city park, which is the part of the park that leads through to the Dead Factory, which is where the finale of the game is. And let's see, what else is on this map? Ooh, some surprises. Some scary surprises. Alright, it looks like quite a long map, split across 2 areas, but we can worry more about that next time. This is a short one because it was just a boss fight. I believe Final Nemesis is handled in a similar way, but I tried to make sure there wasn't a big wait between this and the previous one. So I hope you enjoyed, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Ta-ta for now.